She is everywhere. The first time I saw her was at a gas station on Route 4, Sunday morning. Quiet. Just me, the hum of the pump, and a woman at the next station wearing a bright orange jacket like it wasn't the middle of July. We didn't speak, didn't look at each other. If you asked me then, I would have said she didn't matter. By Monday, I knew I was wrong. Grocery store, produce section. I was picking through apples when I saw the color first. Orange, too bright for fluorescent lights. She was standing by the bananas. Same jacket, same woman. This time, I looked a little longer. Not enough to be rude, just enough to be sure. She didn't react, didn't look at me, just stood there like I wasn't even in the room. I told myself what you tell yourself in small towns. You see the same people. It happens. Tuesday was the post office. I was at the counter when the door opened behind me. I didn't even need to turn around. I already knew. Orange. She stepped in, got in line behind me, close enough that I could hear her breathing. Slow, even, calm. I glanced back. She was on her phone. Didn't acknowledge me, not even a flicker. That's when it stopped feeling random. 3 days, 3 places, no overlap in routine. I started paying attention after that. Wednesday, the gym. I've gone there for 2 years. Same time, same days, same people. I'd never seen her before. She was on a treadmill, walking. Not running, not even trying to look like she was working out. Just walking. Staring straight ahead, like she was waiting for something. I kept catching myself checking if she was still there. Every time I looked, she was. Something started building in my chest. Not panic, not yet. Just that quiet, steady pressure when your brain can't make something fit. Thursday, I drove 20 minutes out of town to a hardware store I never use. I needed a specific part. It wasn't even urgent. I could have ordered it. I don't know why I went. I pulled into the lot and just sat there, because her car was already there. She was inside it, orange jacket, head down, reading something, not looking at me, not moving. I stayed in my car longer than I should have, watching, waiting for her to do something that would make sense of it. She didn't. Eventually, I went inside, got what I needed, came back out. She was gone. No sound, no movement, just gone. Friday, I didn't leave the house. I told myself I was overthinking it, that I'd built something out of nothing, that if I stayed in, it would stop. It didn't. Because Saturday morning, I left for coffee. And she was already there, sitting by the window, orange jacket, cup in front of her, untouched. This time, she was looking at me, not glancing, not noticing, waiting, like she knew exactly when I'd walked through the door. Our eyes locked. 1 second, 2, 3. Then she looked away, fast, sharp, like she wasn't supposed to get caught. That was worse than if she'd kept staring. I ordered my coffee, hands just unsteady enough to notice, and sat as far from her as I could without making it obvious. I didn't look at her, but I could feel it. Every few seconds, another glance, checking, confirming. The same thing I was doing. When I stood up to leave, I had to pass her table. That's when she spoke. "I'm not following you." I stopped, turned. She didn't look up when she said it, just stared at her coffee like she'd practiced the line. "I'm not following you," she said again. Quieter, tighter. I told her I didn't say she was. She nodded slightly, like that didn't matter. "But you've noticed," she said. "I can tell." I didn't answer, because she was right. She finally looked up at me, and there was something in her face I hadn't seen all week. Relief, mixed with something worse. "I've noticed you too," she said. "Every day, everywhere I go, You're already there. That's when it shifted. Up until then, I thought this was happening to me. It wasn't. It was happening to both of us. I'm not following you either, I said. I know, she said immediately. She swallowed. That's what scares me. We stood there for a second too long. Two people waiting for the other one to explain something neither of us understood. She told me her name was Dana. I told her mine. We sat down, compared everything. Addresses, jobs, schedules, stores, habits. Nothing matched. No shared routines. No shared places. No shared people. There was no reason for this, but when she pulled out her phone and showed me her week, it lined up perfectly with mine. Same places, same days, same order, not close, exact. She said the hardware store wasn't even her usual place. She just decided to go. Same as me. I asked about the jacket. She gave this short, hollow laugh. Said she bought it at a thrift store last week. Doesn't even like orange. Felt like I was supposed to, she said. I didn't like the way she said that. I asked why she came to the cafe. She hesitated. I almost didn't, she said. Sat in my car for 20 minutes. She looked at me. Something told me not to come. A pause. Something else told me I had to. I didn't say anything for a second. Then I told her I almost didn't come either. We sat there for an hour. No answers. Just two people slowly realizing this wasn't coincidence and wasn't something either of us was controlling. We agreed to test it. 1 week, no changes. Just live normally and see what happens. We exchanged numbers. Sunday, I went to the park, sat by the pond, tried to convince myself this would be the day it didn't happen. 20 minutes in, my phone buzzed. Dana. I'm at the park, by the pond. Please tell me you're not here. I looked up. She was already looking at me, orange jacket, 50 yards away. I texted back, I'm looking at you right now. She didn't respond. She just stood up and left. That night, she called me. Her voice was tight, controlled, like she was holding something back. This isn't normal, she said. I know. A long pause. What if it doesn't stop? I didn't answer, because I didn't have one. Another pause. Then she said, I think we should stop going outside. We both stayed home for 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, doors locked, blinds closed, groceries delivered. We texted a few times, short, careful. You go out today? No, me neither. Good. That was it. Two people hiding in separate houses, pretending that was enough. Thursday, I ran out of coffee. I know how that sounds. I didn't need to leave. I could have gone without. But I'd been awake since 4 a.m., staring at the same walls, and I needed something normal, something small that felt like my life before this started. So I drove, not Route 4, not Main Street, not anywhere we'd been. 3 towns over, a place I'd never even heard of until I saw the sign on the highway. I almost missed the exit. I don't know why I took it. The gas station was empty except for one car. I didn't think about it until I was already inside. Coffee, lid, turn, orange. Dana was standing at the register. For a second, neither of us moved. Then her face just gave out. Not surprise, not anger, defeat. I drove 30 minutes, she said. 25, I said. She didn't even finish paying, just set her stuff down and walked out. I followed her. We stood between our cars, in a place neither of us should have been. I picked this place because I've never been here, she said. Same. She laughed, but there was nothing behind it. It doesn't matter what we pick, she said. We end up in the same place anyway. I didn't argue, because I almost didn't stop there. I almost kept driving, but I didn't. Something told me to pull in, same as her. That's when we stopped trying to avoid each other. What was the point? If it was going to happen, it was going to happen. So we made it controlled. One place, one time, every day, the cafe. If we chose it, maybe that meant something. For 2 weeks, it almost worked. We talked about normal things, weather, work, anything that didn't touch it. We never said it out loud, but we both knew if we talked about it, it would get worse. Then Dana stopped showing up. Day 1, I waited. Day 2, I texted. No response. Day 3, I called. Voicemail. Day 4, I drove to her house. Her car was there, blinds shut tight. I knocked. Nothing. I knocked again. Then her voice, through the door, flat. Go away, I said her name. I know who it is, she said. Go away. I asked what happened. Silence. Then, check your email. I went back to my car, opened my phone. One message, 3:12 a.m. No text, just 4 photos. The first was a little league softball game, faded, old, late 90s, kids in the field, parents in lawn chairs. In the background, behind the bleachers, a woman in an orange jacket. The second was a birthday party. My mum's, streamers, cake. Everyone crowded around the table. Back corner of the room, orange jacket. The third was the beach, family vacation. I was 9, boardwalk behind us, leaning against the railing, orange jacket. My chest started to tighten. These weren't her photos. They were mine. I hadn't touched them in years. They'd been in a box in my closet since I moved. I opened the 4th, 8th grade class picture. 3 rows. I knew every face. I'd looked at it 100 times growing up, but I'd never looked at the edge. Not all the way to the side. Not past the last kid. Because if you did, you'd see her, partially cut off. Orange jacket. I zoomed in. It was Dana, exactly as she is now, in a photo taken 23 years ago. I called her. She answered. How is that possible? I said. I found the same thing, she said. Her voice sounded hollow, like she hadn't slept. My dad's retirement party, my sister's wedding, a trip to Yellowstone. She paused. You're in all of them. I didn't say anything, because I knew what she meant. Standing in the background, she said. Not part of it. Just there. Another pause. We're in each other's past, she said. Not just now. That's when it really sank in. This wasn't starting, it was continuing. I'm not leaving this house again, she said. I know. I mean it. Me too. That was 2 months ago. I haven't left since. We still text sometimes. Same as before. You go out today? No. Me neither. Good. It's manageable. I work from home now. Groceries get dropped at the door. I don't need to go outside. Not anymore. At least that's what I told myself. Until last night. I was cleaning out the closet, the box with the old albums. I don't know why I opened it. I should have left it alone. The album was from before I was born. My parents' wedding. I flipped it open. First page, church, parking lot, people gathering, and there, half hidden behind a tree, orange jacket. I closed the album, sat there for a long time. Then I realized something. Those photos, they aren't changing. She's always been in them, which means this didn't start at the gas station. It didn't start last week. It didn't start when we met. It started before either of us remembers. And if she's been in my life that long, standing in the background, never noticed, never questioned, just part of everything, then staying inside doesn't fix anything. Because I don't know how long she's been there. I don't know how many times I've already seen her and forgotten. And I don't know if one day I'm going to look at a photo I took yesterday and see her standing closer.